Hi, welcome. Today I'm sharing with you this very quick and easy card featuring a designer series patterned paper butterfly. This one is using the Painted with Love papers, which are just gorgeous with this lovely gold foil, but you could use it with any patterned paper in your stash. It's just a fun, simple embellishment that makes a really effective project very quickly. I'm about to show you that right now. So I've gone with a Melon Mumbo card base. Of course, you can pop a piece of Whisper White in there if you think that Melon Mumbo is a bit blinding on someone who's wanting to read your birthday message. But today I'm just going to decorate the front for you. So I've got the piece of Melon Mumbo folded cardstock. Then I've got this extra piece of Melon Mumbo, and that's going to form the textured striped panel here in the background. We're going to use our Big Shot to create that texture. I've got my Big Shot here. I've taken the thin die adapter off my platform. I've got 2 clear plates to form the sandwich. I'm placing the pink panel inside my striped embossing folder, and I'm just going to run that through. And then we've got that lovely texture. Now I chose to use the side where the stripes are pointing in. So I'll show you how I adhere that in just a moment. But while my Big Shot's here at the desk, I'm going to do that beautiful butterfly as well. So I've got that Painted with Love designer series paper. And I've got my thin die adapter. I'm going to add that back into the sandwich there. Pop on that there, and I just need that framelit, lovely big butterfly, and I'm going to run that through. There we have it. Alright, so I've just popped some adhesive tape on that embossed panel, and I'm going to border that onto my card front. Alright, next I've got this piece of Whisper White card that's going to form a backing to help that butterfly really stand out against all that Melon Mumbo. Before I stick that white down though, I'm going to finish my butterfly. I'm giving it a fold through the center so that the wings come up, and I'm going to use just a bit of tear and tape adhesive because I only want to stick through the body. I'm going to stick that right down to the center. Tear and tape is a stronger adhesive than our other tapes, so it'll help give it a nice hold. So I want that about center. And then I'm going to do just a little bit of paper piercing. I've got my paper piercing tool. I've got the mat. I'm going to line up and just do a little paper piercing real quick through the middle to give it that faux stitch look. I've brought that up a bit closer so you can see. I've just gone with the 2 rough lines in dots, and I'm going to use a journaling pen just to give that faux stitch look across the top. I've got my journaling pen here. This is just the size number 1, and I'm bringing those dots together. Really rough, just freehand. That gives just that little bit of added interest and texture to the project. Now I've got some tape I put on the back of this white square earlier, and I'm going to adhere it to the front of the card. In the top third up here. Now you could leave it like that, but my little tip is just to pop a dimensional under the wing. So I'm going to pop the dimensional under the wing here, quite close to where the body is, And that's going to help keep that lift. So even if you do stuff this in an envelope later on, that butterfly's wings are still going to have some lift. And dimension. Alright, now for our sentiment to finish the project. Alright, so I've got the happy birthday here, this cute one from the Picture Perfect birthday stamp set. I'm going to load that up with Versamark. I've pulled out a piece of black scrap paper from my little black scrap pile. I'm going to apply white embossing powder. Just tap off any excess there. And now I'm going to heat set that with the heat tool. Once it's all set, we're just going to very quickly trim it with the classic label punch. I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back. Actually, what I'm going to do, because I've got that dimensional under the butterfly wing there, and the sentiment's going to sit a little bit on top of the butterfly and a little bit off, I'm going to put a dimensional behind the birthday, but keep a little bit of flat adhesive where it's going to be on the butterfly. It's already raised through the back there. And before I stick that down, I'm going to add a few loops of gold thread. I just wrap a few loops around my fingers like so. And I'm going to use the adhesive that's on the back here to hold it on. Might take a little manipulating to get it just right. I think I want them coming down a bit closer to the sentiment. So I've got the sentiment ready to go on the card. I've added the gold thread. Initially I thought that I would just stick the side that's going to be on the butterfly flat, considering there's already a dimensional in behind there, but it didn't work very well, so I'm going to use 2 dimensionals now on each side. That's going to give that sentiment a better lift off the butterfly's body. So I've just been sitting and looking at that card, and this one with the one single dimensional on this side did make it come up a bit bouncy, so I'm going to quickly add a second dimensional underneath that one behind the birthday, and that's going to give that side just the right amount of lift, considering that there's already that additional dimensional behind the wing. So that gives it much better lift. So I don't know if you can see that there with the sunlight the way it is, and see if I can adjust that. So I now have the 2 dimensionals, 2 half dimensionals layered over each other down here to balance the one that I've got under the wing and the one I've got under the happy over here. Alright, I hope that makes sense. I hope you enjoyed that project.